Welcome to Company of Heroes. Company of Heroes is a real-time strategy game that focuses on frontline combat, capturing key strategic points and leading your company to victory. Welcome to Basic Training. This training exercise will cover unit selection, camera control, and basic orders. During the game, you will receive objectives to complete. Here's an example. You can see your objectives listed on the left side of the screen. Moving your mouse cursor over the objective icon reveals its description. Try this now and move your mouse. Good. If the objective is off screen, an arrow will point to it. For training purposes, the description and direction arrow will remain on screen. Good. Now we will cover how to select units. This is a rifleman squad, the basic infantry unit. Note the rifleman icon and the squad's health bar above the unit. In Company of Heroes, you issue orders to squads, not individual soldiers. A squad needs to be selected before you can give them orders. Left-click on the
Rifles, ready for battle!
Good. You can see they're selected by the circle on the ground around them. All selected squads are shown on the selection panel in the middle of the taskbar. You can access the squad's abilities from the command panel on the right. The mini-map is shown on the left side of the taskbar. It displays an overview of the entire battlefield. To get more information about anything on the taskbar, move your mouse over it. This will display additional information in the help text. Here's an engineer squad. You can select several squads.
Engineers, fall in!
Excellent. You can see both squads in the selection panel of the taskbar. You can cycle through each squad in your selection by pressing Tab, or go directly to a squad by left-clicking on their squad icon in the taskbar. Try this to cycle the rifleman squad. Good. You can now give orders to this individual squad and use their special abilities in the command panel. Left-click on the group select icon. Good. Our engineers are being deployed elsewhere. We will now cover unit movement. All basic orders in the Company of Heroes are issued using the right mouse button. To issue a move order to your rifleman squad, right-click on the indicated location. Good. In order to move units outside the immediate viewable area, you will need to pan the camera. Moving your mouse cursor to the edge of the screen pans the camera in that direction. Good. Now follow the objective arrow and pan the camera until you... Excellent. Now, order the squad to... Good. Good. Now you get the basic idea. Left-click to select units, right-click to issue basic orders. In Company of Heroes, you can rotate the camera to see more of the battlefield. To do this, hold down the Alt key on your keyboard and move the mouse to rotate. That's it. To return the camera to its default position, press the backspace key twice. Excellent. You can also zoom in and... Fantastic. Again, pressing backspace will return your camera to its default position. Company of Heroes is best played from the default camera position. Let's move on out. Issue a move order to the indicated position. Notice that as your squad moves, they reveal more of the surrounding landscape. This is the fog of war. Your units can only see what is immediately around them. Well done. Your squad is in position. An event queue has appeared on the left of the screen to let you know that enemies have been spotted. Click on the event queue, or an Axis patrol is moving in and trying to capture our strategic point. Notice that enemy units are shown in red. Your units are shown in blue. Right-click on the enemy troops to attack them.
Attack when ready.
Notice your mouse changes to an attack cursor as you mouse over the enemy squads. Enemy unit down. Good job. Now, let's get that strategic point back. Right-click on the strategic point. Notice your mouse changes to a capture cursor when you mouse over a strategic point.
Point is
Excellent.
ours. What table
This
lock it down?
concludes basic training. You've earned your stripes. You have learned how to select units, move the camera, and how to use the right mouse button to issue basic commands. Click Continue to return to base. Welcome to Infantry Combat Training. We'll be commanding an airborne infantry squad and learning how to use cover, flank the enemy, and use abilities. So far, we've issued commands with the right mouse button. However, using abilities from the taskbar is done with the left mouse button. Left-click on the flashing button, then left-click on the indicated position. Your squad is parachuting in now. In Company of Heroes, using abilities is always done with the left mouse button. These guys are airborne infantry, elite paratroopers that can be airdropped anywhere on the battlefield.
Paratroopers on point.
The red shield displayed next to the squad's icon indicates the squad is exposed. Exposed squads are especially vulnerable to enemy fire. Let's order the paratroopers into better cover. Select your paratrooper squad.
Stand by.
Right-click near the indicated object.
With me. Come on. Mind your
The
space.
yellow dots on the ground show areas of light cover. Light cover offers limited protection. Good. The yellow shield icon over your squad shows they are in light cover. Let's move again. Right-click near the stone wall to move.
Base airborne.
The green dots represent areas of heavy cover. Good. As you can see, the shield is now green. Your squad is now in heavy cover. Time to move into enemy territory. Let's use the Attack Move ability. Remember, targeted abilities like Attack Move are confirmed with a left click. Left click on the Attack Move button in the taskbar. Then pan the camera to the target location and left click.
Weapons at the
Squads
ready, man.
using Attack Move will automatically attack the enemy and then continue to their destination. Enemy sighted. Good. Enemy patrol destroyed. Mortars, incoming. A Kraut mortar team has been spotted near the chapel. Attack the mortar squad by right-clicking on them.
Move now! Shoot the fuckers! Fire!
As you've seen, your squads will automatically use cover when attacking.
They're falling apart! Break their backs, infantry! Get those legs moving! We got them now!
Good work.
Fire!
Notice your squad was promoted to veteran status. There are 3 ranks of veterancy in Company of Heroes. All units gain veterancy the longer they are in combat, making them more effective on the battlefield. Recon shows the enemy has set up a heavy machine gun team to cover the road. We need to take it out. Attack the heavy machine gun team by right-clicking on it.
Heads down, we're pulling out. Enemy contact.
The squad is taking enfilade fire from that MG. This is the MG's arc of fire. We need to stay out of this area. Order your... Excellent. Let's throw a grenade to destroy the machine gun team. Left-click on the flashing grenade icon. You have deselected your squad. Using abilities like grenades costs resources. The machine gun team is out of action. Now, let's take over that MG-42. Time for a little payback. Select your paratrooper squad.
Airborne
Capture
squad,
the
ready to
heavy
go.
machine gun by right-clicking on it.
On that weapon. Take positions. Airborne up.
Excellent. You now control 2 squads, a heavy machine gun team and a paratrooper squad. Now, let's redeploy the heavy machine gun to cover the road using the Set Facing command. Select your heavy machine gun team.
Airborne.
30 cal squad
Hold down the
here.
right mouse button over the MG team and drag the mouse in the direction of the arrow. Release the button to order the heavy machine gun team to face in that direction. You can issue a Set Facing command to all squads and vehicles in Company of Heroes. Incoming enemy patrol. Notice that your squads automatically attack nearby enemies. Enemy unit down. Enemy patrol destroyed. More paratroopers are inbound to our position. Before our final objective, we need to capture the nearby strategic point to extend our front lines. Select the new paratrooper squad.
Fall in, Airborne.
Right-click on the nearby strategic
On my
point to capture it.
We'll take it, all right. On point.
Point is ours.
Good.
What say we lock it
This
down?
sector is now under our control. Time to upgrade your squad. Upgrade your paratroopers.
Yes, sir.
Recoilless rifles are heavy anti-tank weapons that are effective against vehicles and structures. Excellent. Notice the upgrade icon above the health bar on the squad indicator. Time to attack the enemy and clear out the area. Order your squads to destroy the enemy machine gun team defending this farm using what you've learned so far. Remember, use cover and grenades. Good luck.
Airborne, under fire! Check your ammo! Get going! Satchel charge! 1, 2, 3! Fucking grenade!
During infantry training, you learned how to use cover, flank enemy positions, upgrade your squads, and use targeted abilities like grenades. Infantry training complete. Dismissed. Welcome to Base Operations Training. During this exercise, we will cover base construction, how to capture territory, and how to build defenses. Our headquarters is located in this farmhouse. The HQ is your most crucial structure. With it, you call in reinforcements and off-map support. First, let's deploy an engineer squad. To do this requires resources. As you can see on your taskbar, you have no resources. For training purposes, we'll give you enough resources to get started, but normally you earn resources by capturing territory sectors. We'll explore this later. There are 3 types of resources in Company of Heroes: manpower, munitions, and fuel. Manpower is your primary resource. You spend manpower to deploy squads and vehicles. To deploy an engineer squad, select the HQ now. Left-click on the Engineers are your basic construction squad. They can build defenses and base structures. Your engineers are ready for duty. Let's begin construction of a barracks. First, select your engineers. Left-click the flashing to build a barracks. Left-click the flashing button. Base structures can only be built near the HQ and on open ground. If the build preview turns red, you cannot build at that location.
Got ourselves a
Good.
barracks here.
The barracks allows you to deploy basic infantry troops to the battlefield and upgrade your squads. Time to call in a rifleman squad. Select your barracks. Now, left-click again. Notice that you have spent manpower to deploy the rifleman squad. The rifleman squad is now displayed in the build queue. You can cancel any item in the queue by left-clicking on it. Rally points can be set by using the rally point icon, and then newly deployed squads will automatically move to that location. You've spent all of your resources. We'll now show you how to earn more. Remember, there are 3 types of resources in Company of Heroes: manpower, munitions, and fuel. Let's start with manpower. A constant stream of manpower is generated from your headquarters and from the total number of territory sectors you control. The first number in the highlighted area shows the total amount of manpower you currently have. The second number shows how much manpower you are earning per minute. Munitions is the second resource. You spend munitions to upgrade your squads and use special abilities like throwing grenades. A constant stream of munitions is generated by capturing munitions sectors such as this one. Fuel is the final resource and is spent to deploy heavy vehicles, base structures, and to purchase global upgrades. A constant stream of fuel is generated by capturing fuel sectors like this one. The mini-map shows the location of all resource points. To get a more detailed view of the battlefield, click on the flashing button to bring up This is the tactical map. The battlefield is divided up into a number of territory sectors. Each sector has an icon which represents the location of the strategic point and the type of resource it provides. The more sectors you control, the more manpower you will receive. To return to the game view, click on the Select your rifleman squad. Right-click on the munitions point to capture it. Right-click on the Good. You've captured the point, and now you control the territory sector. As you can see on the minimap, the sector is now blue, indicating it is Allied territory. However, the sector is also flashing. This means it is out of supply, and you are not receiving resources from it. Bring up the tactical map to get a better The munitions sector you've just captured is here. As you can see, it's not connected to your HQ sector here. This means it is out of supply. Out of supply territories do not generate any resources. To bring the munitions sector into supply, you need to capture this connecting sector. Double-click on the strategic point symbol. Sometimes the enemy will be defending strategic points. Eliminate the enemy, then capture the strategic point.
Stay by me and I'll keep you alive! Run for it!
Sometimes the enemy will be defending strategic points. Eliminate the enemy, then capture the strategic point. Enemy unit down.
Oh, we'll take it all right!
Coming up on your right 6!
Sometimes the enemy will be defending strategic points.
Point captured.
Excellent. Strategic points are vital in establishing your front lines and territory. Now, let's return to the munitions sector. The munitions sector is now in supply and generating a constant stream of resources. The resources a sector generates is indicated on its icon. Notice this matches your current munitions rate on the taskbar. Now, we need to secure the munitions sector to increase your munitions intake and make it harder for the enemy to capture. Now click on the flashing Field Defense, left-click on the Observation Post button, and then left-click on the munitions point.
Okay, boys, you heard the man.
And that's
Now that the
ball.
observation post is complete, the sector is secure. Notice that your munitions rate has increased. More importantly, the enemy will need to destroy your observation post before they can capture your sector. This area is crawling with German patrols. Time to defend our front lines. Select your engineer squad. Click on the flashing field left-click on the MG emplacement button. Finally, set the facing of the MG emplacement to cover the north.
MG emplacement on the double.
That's a ball game.
Excellent.
Construction finished.
Enemy incoming. The MG emplacement will automatically engage. Fantastic. The MG emplacement is suppressing the enemy troops. They're retreating. However, the Germans know we're here now, and they'll be back with more troops. We need to fortify our position. In Company of Heroes, you can garrison local buildings which provide excellent cover for squads during combat. Order the engineer. You have deselected your squad.
Fall in, man.
Order
Right
the
that
engineers to garrison the nearby building by right-clicking on it. Good. Buildings can also be upgraded into a forward barracks, allowing you to deploy troops closer to the front. Select the local building. Left-click on the flash. Only buildings in supplied sectors can be upgraded into a forward barracks. Now you can deploy infantry squads from this building in exactly the same way you do from a barracks. Now deploy a rifleman squad from your forward.
Rifle
Excellent.
squad reporting for duty.
Select your rifleman squad. Use the rifleman squad to capture the indicated strategic point.
Move it!
Cover me.
Use the
Move on,
rifleman
man.
squad to capture the indicated strategic point.
Oh, we'll take it all right.
Use the rifleman squad.
Objective secured. Rifle squad defending.
Rifle squad has contact!
You got it!
The flashing yellow indicators above your squad shows that they are being suppressed. While suppressed, your squads will dive to the ground and crawl to avoid being hit. The flashing red indicator shows your squad is now pinned. Pinned units are ineffective and will take heavy casualties unless you retreat. Left retreat will break any suppression or pinning effects on your squads and give them a defensive bonus. Your squad is safe now, but they took some casualties. You can reinforce squad members one member at a time. Select your rifleman squad. Click the flashing button to reinforce your squad back up to full strength. We'll have them back to full strength in no time. Squads can only reinforce if they are near a base structure, a forward barracks, or a half-track. Notice you have earned experience. You gain experience by capturing territory, building structures, and fighting the enemy. Once you've gained enough experience, you're rewarded with a command point. You can use command points to unlock special abilities. To do this, left-click on... There are 3 companies you can choose: Infantry, Airborne, and Armor. Each has its own special abilities and unique units. For training, we'll choose the Infantry Company. However, during the game, you'll be able to pick the company that best fits your playstyle. Click on the Infantry Company icon to select it. Then, here are the special abilities available to you as an Infantry Company commander. The Defensive Operations ability allows your riflemen to build defenses. Click on the Defensive Operations button. Then, the Germans will be counterattacking. We need to defend this area with sandbags. Select your rifleman squad. Left-click on the Build Field Defenses menu and select the left-click at the indicated location to start the... Now drag the mouse to the final location and left... Good. Your riflemen are now building the wall section by section. Sandbags provide heavy cover. You can move infantry behind this wall to give them cover against incoming fire.
That's it. Construction finished.
Move your ass!
Let's go. Earn more command points. Left-click on the Company Commander button to... Left-click on the flashing button to unlock a devastator. Use the Artillery Strike ability to defeat the German... Okay, take cover. Enemy unit down. Stand down. Section is clear. Well done. During training, we covered how to establish your base, call in additional troops, capture territory, defend your front lines, and use company commander abilities to defeat the enemy. This completes base operations. Welcome to Armor Training. We've just got word that a convoy from Baker Company has come under attack north of our current position. Select your Sherman tank. Use your Sherman tank to move to the ambush site.
Give it all she's got.
Order your Sherman to attack the Panzer by right-clicking on it. That was a direct hit, but it did little damage because of the Panzer's heavy armor. You need to flank the enemy tank and attack its rear armor, which is weaker. Issue a move order to the position behind. Good. You've scored a hit to its rear armor.
Sherman on the attack. Sherman on the attack. Sherman on the attack. Sherman on the attack.
Enemy, another tank incoming. Look out.
Engaging target. Firing unit.
You've been hit.
The engine. Sherman on the attack. Sherman on the attack.
Good shooter. Now, let's look at the damage. That shot from the Panzer scored a critical hit and has immobilized your tank. Notice the unit information display on the taskbar shows the Sherman tank has suffered from a critical hit to its engine. Your tanks can be repaired in the field with the help of the engineer squads. Repairing a vehicle will remove any critical hits it has received. Order your engineers to repair the Sherman by right-clicking on it.
Fix her up as good as new. Yeah, we can fix her up good.
Order your engineers to repair the Sherman by right-clicking on it.
Okay, give me eyeballs.
Repair detail, hustle it up.
Just like at the garage back home.
You have deselected your squad. Order your engineers to... Excellent. The repairs are complete. There are enemy patrols in this area. To increase the Sherman's effectiveness against infantry, upgrade it with a 50 caliber machine gun. Click on the flashing button to purchase this upgrade.
This is armor report. Will do.
Sergeant,
Excellent.
get an MG on
Notice
the
the
roof of this
gunner on the
tin can.
turret
It's time to
manning the
shred some
MG.
crowds.
Recon indicates the Germans have set up a base north of our position. Let's move up and take it out. Order your Sherman to proceed to the indicated location.
Rev her up.
Order your Sherman to proceed to the indicated location. Tank traps are blocking the road. Your Sherman cannot move through the tank traps. Axis infantry spotted. Look out, Panzer Shreks. They're targeting the Sherman's rear armor. Hold down the right mouse button on the Sherman and drag the mouse in the direction of the enemy.
Let's get in there. Armor is under shaking charge attack. Tear him to shreds, goddamn.
Hold down the right mouse button on the Sherman and drag the mouse in the direction of the enemy. Excellent. Now the Sherman's strongest armor is facing the enemy. Enemy Panzer Shreks destroyed. We need to continue moving toward the Axis base. Those tank traps are blocking our path. We'll call in a Sherman Crocodile to help. Crocodiles are armed with flamethrowers and can be upgraded with a bulldozer that can crush tank traps and thick hedgerows. Select your Crocodile tank. Upgrade your Crocodile by left... Excellent. You can now activate the bull... Now clear the tank traps by moving the tank through them. Excellent. Your tank moves slower while the bulldozer is lowered. You can raise it by left-clicking on the bulldozer button in the command panel. Now let's take out that German base. Use both your Sherman and the Crocodile.
Acknowledged. Advance. I said advance. Drive. Good. Good. I said advance. Give her some gas, Tiny. Understood. Armed cav ready to take the field. Acknowledged.
Flamethrowers are effective in burning infantry squads out of buildings.
Taking fire.
Well done. German base destroyed. This completes armor training. During this exercise, we covered tank combat, armor facing, and using tanks to crush objects. Excellent work. Dismissed. Welcome to Company of Heroes. Company of Heroes is a real-time strategy game that focuses on frontline combat, capturing key strategic points and leading your company to victory.